Their backs are truly up against the wall now. AS Monaco Gambit, 1 game down against Navi, 0-2 so far in Season 2. This is must win for them. Both Game 2 and Game 3 has to be theirs if they want to be able to have the freedom to be able to go to the major based off of their own score and now the other people's losses. We've got Game 2's draft now underway, which I'm hoping we're not going to see a Luna, because that hero seems hard to win with.
Yeah, it's not got a win in East or Western Europe yet. I think it's like 2 for 2 losses there, and this was the first loss for Luna in this region, so yeah, hopefully we don't get to see any more Lunas.
Now, AA is a fascinating pickup for me here. There's no particular reason to pick it up just yet.
Yeah.
It's almost like a pseudo-deny pick in the sense that all these Timber Saws and even Centaur, you don't necessarily feel good picking them. AA just gives you that extra burst required to bring down the strength heroes in the offlane right now, the Axes, Centaur, Timber Saw. But they pick one anyways. So they kind of say, screw you, we don't care. Going to be keeping an eye out for Wraith King and Sven. 2 prime meta carries that synergize quite well with the Ancient Apparition.
I guess the main thing for an AA pick, it's just the idea of 4 protect 1 strategies. I'm trying to kind of put some reasoning here where when you first pick this puck, you assume it's mid. The offlaner for Monaco Gambit is often quite sacrificial. Therefore, it's all about the carry. So like a casual AA pick, game 2, it's just, well, sure, if you want to play some 4 protect 1, we're always going to be able to isolate that hero with that initiation of this tiny. But again, it's early days. It's just a kind of a casual AA, nothing too much. It would remove like Monkey King from the game, Slark from the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of carries that you can't pick up anymore, right? Alk is on that list as well. See, Lifestealer is going to be banned by Gambit themselves because, again, a hero you probably aren't feeling great about picking.
You know, hero is okay against AA. That's PA.
This is why they pick it here. Bang. There you go.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, block pick carry.
I had to say that quick enough so it sounded like a good prediction. There you go for Phoenix. Okay.
I don't like this PA pick nearly as much as the last one. Now the PA is playing into the puck. Now into a Phoenix. You don't like playing against Phoenix. She's a support that is guaranteed to take at least once A gets level 2, you're guaranteed to take 8 hits. PA ain't meant to hit you 8 times. She's meant to kill you in the first 5 attacks if you're a support. So suddenly if they get themselves a Faceless Void, throw it up there. You got yourself Phoenix plus the Void. I know you're against AA, but so like Time Walk won't heal
just
you.
Dodge it, Ryan.
Just dodge it. Honestly, any hero that that is not stationary in fights, I think is fine against AA. It's not as much about the heal reduction as it is that you just move out of the way. Heroes like the Alchemist, on the other hand, he is going to stay in place in the fight.
I like from Monaco Gambit, though, that they have kind of flipped the script on their approach, where game 1, they were all about this kind of Luna win condition, let's go play early. And now they've got like this ultimate team fight scaling point where this Phoenix will have the freest of games unless there's some ranged hero that can deal with egg, because right now there is no egg hitter. So yeah, I like the scaling factor from Gambit where they are so good.
How does dive work in terms of carapace? Like, does it register
you'll get
damage
stunned
instantly, or can you like dive through carapace and egg?
You'd get so as you dive, it's like a small fraction, then you get stunned after.
Okay, so you'll probably be able to egg if you do it, if you're aware you're going to get carapaced. I was just curious. Jug. It's not exactly the hero I had in mind, but it's very survivable against everything that's not the tiny, or I guess tiny mid game, PA late game. It is like one of the meta carries right now. It's pretty reliable. Lets the Phoenix take over the lane. It can go jungle with level 5, 3 points and spin. They don't have any BKB piercing threats so far.
This is a like, of all the drafts that Monaco Gambit have presented in DPC so far, this is one of my favorite though. Simply because they first pick a puck to instant react with a tiny, and now they've picked 3 heroes that do not care about a core tiny. And Navi have clearly presented that this is a mid tiny. So it's like, okay, how is he going to have a game? Unless he crushes this puck, he's not going to be able to suddenly run to lanes and get kills. Phoenix has egg, Jug has spin, Healing Ward, Centaur has natural tankiness with Vanguard and Hood. So yeah, I like how Gambit kind of utilized their first pick to kind of force Navi into a weird position. But
let's make sure we ban out the Slardar. If Monaco Gambit wants to round it off, I think they would get absolutely screwed by Slardar here.
Yeah, that's 100%. We saw that yesterday as well in Western Europe, how last pick slider can wreak havoc, but then of course he didn't win the game in the end. But just the first 20 minutes of the game was very enjoyable.
That Slardar was amping up a Faceless Void, which is okay.
Yeah.
But if you compare that to like a PA, that's a very different story, I think.
Yeah, Navi, they're all out on just skirmishing. There's Slardar ban, yep.
What else is left in the off lane? As they have given Ramses that overall 10th pick a lot.
I'm telling you, this is the Ramses effect. He joins the team. He's drafting as well. It's like, guys, don't worry. We can talk about my hero. Oops. We've picked 4 heroes. You've got to pick my hero now.
Gosh, we're stuck with this last pick off lane.
Oh, no. Oh, it's working, though.
I guess I'll pick PA.
Yeah, Vici, what hero do you want? No, I've already locked it in, mate. Too late. Too slow.
I feel like we should see another... Oh, PA.
Whoops. Just bound his right click to pick in PA.
Exactly.
So Monaco Gambit, they are looking for their position 5 or 4, depending on what Phoenix is doing. I'd like to see them pick up Enchantress or something here, like a strong laner. Okay, maybe CM. Oh, sure. Not the worst, not the best. I think, of course, you have to think about, is CM that good? I think Nick's carapace removes CM ulting throughout the entire game.
This is all about the early game momentum.
Exactly, yes. Right? It's all about the lanes now. That's the key thing here. CM Jug, strong lane. Phoenix Centaur, strong lane. Puck, somewhat countered, but still should be fine farming.
4 heroes that do utilize mana to accelerate their farms, so CM will help that a lot.
And you can't really go like Darkseer now, for example, here that Ramses has played before, because CM Jug happily plays into Darkseer, the Frostbite onto the creep that has the Iron Shell, and then the rundown with the Crystal Nova plus the spin of the Jug. I still think they might pick it, though, just for the Aura Buyer and then the...
Yeah, you might go something like that, or something like a Necrophos.
Into CM Jug, though, I think that just...
The problem is, I feel like you need a ranged hero with Nyx, because if you're against Jug CM, any melee hero is going to struggle. I guess Darkseer would do the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
But...
I'm just thinking, like, the skirmishing style of Navi right now, they're looking just to really run at them and have that non-stop reset and fight.
Nature's Prophet could be really strong here. I would actually be very down for a Nature's Prophet.
Oh, yeah. Furin vibes.
They need that a little bit of early tower pressure, amps up the global presence they have from the AA Nyx combo. Nyx is able to roam because you're a pretty self-sufficient offlaner.
CM can't really lane too comfortably into the either. But it then puts them into such a position of they have to get that quick Aegis and just go, go, go. And I love the fact that the teams have kind of flipped the pattern of how they play. Game 1, it was like Navi can wait, eventually win. And now it's like Navi, they have to go. They have to play strong lanes and kind of get online before this egg comes into full effect.
I just look at the spot and say there's no way they're gonna try to contest the team fight, right? Like the team fight's
maybe an Underlord or
Ooh-wee.
All right.
Now this is a hero I was spamming at the start of the patch.
All right.
And he wins his lane. This hero owns 315 base move speed. They've given him like 4 base strength and 2 patches.
Yep.
He just feels good. I'm curious to see if Ramses just goes straight bracer like a lot of strength offlaners have been going. Has a great target to buff up in the PA. Best way to deal with Puck is to just stand still in the coil. The status resistance makes it last less amount of time. Dude, I'm down for the Omni Knight. I actually think this hero's sleeper OP.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I like the idea of it because right now it's Jug v the world for the big damage outside of maybe an egg and a coil. So 1 Guardian Angel and you're going to be pretty happy. So I want to see Omni do well. I like seeing new heroes.
I mean, it certainly seemed like Ramses was having quite the discussion with his team. He almost looked like he was arguing adamantly. Omni Knight is a good hero here, guys. Trust me. Kept nodding his head, kept telling his team, let's pick Omni Knight.
No, that was V-Tune saying, why am I playing PA again? And he was like,
stop talking to me.
I'm picking Omni. You know, that's exactly what was happening.
All right, so is it enough? Are we going to believe in the Omni Knight pickup for Navi?
I want to believe it just to like validate my own beliefs. Starting at the patch where I'm like, damn, this hero feels good.
Did you stick with it?
I've stuck with it.
Okay, cool. I don't know if you gave it up then.
Nobody's tried it. I haven't had a chance to like be disproven yet. So this is like the first big stage game where Omni Knight Core has been getting played. I'm excited.
What if it just feeds though to like a CM
If it absolutely feeds, then I will forget this conversation ever happened.
That's fair. We can roll with that.
Anything special? Skill builds, item builds, anything like that?
He's just special about Omni Knight? I think Solar Crest, phase boots, Solar.
Even a pipe just to get the lads a bit more.
Maybe Hood Solar.
Okay, just same old Omni Knight, huh?
Just run around.
Well, you honestly do a lot of damage yourself, and I think the shard is reasonable. I'm not even kidding. Like you bonk 300 hit pure damage.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
4-second cooldown.
It's Monaco Gambit. They're going to be matched up against an Omni Knight here. They desperately need this win. Are they going to be able to get it? Let's check it out with Moxie and Purge.
Well, once upon a time, Phantom Assassin and Omni Knight were one of the dynamic duos, and we're finally going to see an Omni Knight again and a PA in the same game. Tell me about this, Purge. What do you know?
That should be interesting to see. Yeah, Omni Knight has been, outside of the fact where he got really popular as a 5 for a period of time, he's been a little bit unpicked for a long period of time, but I'm happy to see him get thrown into the game again. He should be very survivable in the off lane. His raw HP is going to be pretty high, so like dealing with Joke Spin, it's like heals are a great way to deal with it because Joke just does a huge amount of damage, but past that, Joke has issues in the laning stage. So Omni should be very survivable there between Heavenly Grace and Purification.
All right, so you can see.
With it.
Yep. Yeah, but Brame won with it versus Tundra. So
recap your last move.
a lot of fun to watch the instant realization that there is indeed a ward over here. It's Iceberg.
Oh, just
yeah, he just waits.
He holds it.
It's like, hey, you want this? Yeah, no, you're not getting it.
He wanted to get that free damage in on puck with the extra hit toss, so that was cool.
Calculated. Another taunt for you to enjoy, Purge.
Yes, this one doesn't bother me as much, I guess.
Really? This one is like way worse. It's all the noise. It's loud.
It's loud, but
yeah.
I don't know, just not as harsh to my reason.
Interesting. Learning a lot about you today. A little bit more damage over here on no one.
I'm surprised Ramses didn't go for this one, but okay. Definitely safer. Probably make his way towards the top lane now, queuing up for a fast boots. Very good against Jug. CM picked up a Basie, so a lot of mana spam will be happening up there.
Did Always Wanna Fly not have items? Did I see that?
Is it a bottle rush? No, he's got items.
Okay, all right. For some reason, I thought I didn't see anything there for some reason. All right, well, that's good. I mean, we've yet to see a really successful support just rushing the bottle.
Yeah, it used to work. Well, I don't know if I like the way that slacks out with techies, but got nerfed anyway. So let's do the whole suicide thing. You used to be able to suicide and then TP back to lane and refill your bottle continuously, basically on suicide cooldown. It was very valuable. Not so much anymore. Now it's just probably weak. Roger doing normal pull stuff here. He's got the camp blocked with a sentry, so I see Seneko denied just in time here, but he'll miss the first one. Everything normal so far?
Yeah, it was a pretty quiet game. And again, the side of AS Monaco, they do want to play fairly quick and up-tempo this game. Do have that Crystal Maiden who's going to be able to also enable them with the Arcane Aura. So get that little bit of extra mana regen early on. Always feels pretty nice. But, I mean, there's not much that this Crystal Maiden can really do to Roger on this Nyx Assassin right now. Occasionally, tossing out the Frostbite, but not great at trading here.
The Frostbite, like the time it took for her to turn around Frostbite and run away, it's like Roger was already moving again. It just did not feel very good here. And CM is generally just not picked very much right now as a support for various reasons. I mean, Clarities did get nerfed recently, so a little bit extra mana is not terrible. But I don't know, does Center really need the extra mana? Not really. I mean, it'll be nice for like Puck, I guess, and Jug a bit, but I'm curious to see how it works out. It's lockdown, I guess, against somebody like PA. That part's not bad. Attack speed reduction and Frostbite against her, it can be good, but I'm not really sold on CM right now, but maybe I'll make it work.
A little bit of a stomp down here coming out from Afterlife, just trying to harass a bit. Nothing too wild. So with the Crystal Maiden Shard now, right? So it makes it so she's able to run around within the ultimate. It's no longer channeled, if I understand correctly, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
so,
you can basically buy the shard, then when you use your ultimate, it's just on, and then you can continue casting spells using items. You just run really slow.
So I mean, it's hard, right? Because it is a position 5 Crystal Maiden. It's not like she's going to be, rolling in the cache unless she gets like Philosopher's Stone or something to that effect. But that is, of course, a solution. We heard the panel actually talking about the fact that you've got the Spike Carapace on the Nyx Assassin to try to interrupt any sort of, Crystal Maiden ultimate, or, the fact that they have other ways to to really stop it if it is, you know, without the shard. But you also have an Omni Knight who's going to negate the physical damage, but the magic will still come in handy for sure.
Yeah. Basically, I just don't really see it being a thing this game. Spike Carapace is like the ultimate counter, because if any of the things hit you, it's going to interrupt it. Avalanche is very good against it. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. At least from like a 5 position perspective, I just don't see it being useful.
This is a nice little snipe there. They take the Ring of Health away from the PA. That definitely hurts.
Mid lane or something. That was puck killing V-Tune's courier. Puck is mid right now. He must have like gotten the Ring of Health from his side of the map.
Maybe, and it just took a strange, a strange path.
What happened.
Bounty Rone's gonna get picked up here by Iceberg. And it feels so strange that we have all these runes on the map and we're just not seeing like a lot of contestation, I guess.
Yeah, those there's just so many of them that it kind of becomes a struggle at times to commit to them. Ooh, Iceberg getting both water runes.
I'm pretty happy about that, but there's a little bit of an opening here in the top lane to put out Harass over onto Ramses.
And there's the solution. Like if he jug spins on you, you can heal yourself, and you can increase your raw HP with Heavenly Grace and get regen out of it. So it just offsets the spin damage. So even though he will be taking a lot of harassment from these two guys, it's not as dangerous.
Just continuing to trade a little bit with the damage here in the mid lane. Nothing too wild going on for the time being. Where do you think we're going to start seeing some real action popping off here, Purge?
Puck hitting 6 is going to be one part. Tiny could potentially roam really effectively.
So you figure...
Omni Slash, when Jug hits 6, that's another kill opportunity. But before that, it looks a little bit mild.
That was what I was trying to figure out, is do we have, you know, any sort of really aggressive potential coming out from the lanes as is before these ultimates come out. But it does seem to be very much the... you know, just waiting and being very dependent on these mid laners to make some sort of a rotation for the most part. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, Centaur doesn't really expect to get kills in his lane anyways, ever. Like, it's just not something you ever see. Unless it's like on the support, basically. So as long as A doesn't make any major mistakes, it should be fine. So it's totally normal, though. You know, Nyx will get into the game a bit later, too. So far, though, PA's got much more last hits than Jug. Maybe not as many as they did a moment ago, but... Ramsey's pressuring Dream a bit, going for the max purification build. I was a little unsure what skill build he'd go for, but this one will give him the best ability to harass Juggernaut.
Bottom lane, though, always want to fly, is ticking down to these flame spirits, and it is going to be Immersion who gets the first blood. V-Tune also going to take a little bit of harass. I think they're very happy, though, with that kill in the support. We'll get too greedy here, but some harass, and the Dream Coil does get used over in the river as Roger does tank it up. But now Iceberg, no one's trying to blink away a little bit. They'll get the double Nova off, try to slow. Go, use the illusory orb. I don't think that puck really wants to show up there. Seneko, again, tossed up into the air. It's just a matter of time. Who's gonna get it? It's gonna be Iceberg, because the body blocks are coming out from Roger, and they take their time in hitting that Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm unsure why they were unable to get the kill for Dream Coil. Maybe a little bit scared about Spike Carapace or something, but... another kill, evening things up. Just some pressure on the Phoenix bottom, though.
Oh, he's fine. He's got Icarus dive.
Doesn't even use it.
Doesn't even use it. Look at that. That's how sure he was that he was fine in that situation.
Right. Centaur almost got his Vanguard just about 500 gold away. And so that means PA's ability to get a kill in this lane is gone here, but that's fine. Ooh, nice mana burn on the mid lane. I like that.
Doing a little bit of a dive here. Do have Seneko nearby. So they do manage to take down the Observer Ward over on the side with nice D-Ward. Roger considering going for the Impale, but going to back off.
Right there. Just pressing his taunt button 8 times. TP bottom from Tiny in a good position.
Yes, he is. Yep. They've got the Avalanche. They're looking, waiting here. No, not going to be able to go and toss back just yet. The jump forward, though, coming out from V-Tune. Afterlife going. There's the toss up, and they do manage to burst down Afterlife. Top lane. Oh, Ramses is just tanking the Omni Slash. The opportunity presented itself, and Dream took it, so... Found a nice pick off in the bottom lane, but they did end up losing the off laner here. And giving a kill over to Score.
Really surprised Jug was able to get a kill there. I thought Ramses would be able to out-heal just about everything, but he's got more last hits now by about 10 or 15, so that's a big moment for AS Monaco Gambit.
Good silence. Dreamcoil gets used. Saneko is here, so this time around they will be able to get the kill on Roger.
Not bad.
Yeah, the top lane, though, exactly what you said. You know, the fact that we aren't going to see any real kill potential until the Jug gets the Omni Slash online. And so, you know, that's exactly what ended up happening, despite the fact that he does have so much heal and has a lot of solutions here.
Yep, yeah, he does. He didn't have enough mana for his ultimate. It looks like he's still holding a 6th skill point, but if he has ultimate ready, he could have traded that out for the Omni Slash, but it doesn't work out for him. That said, though, Iceberg's got 2 kills. He's really close to Blink Dagger, and this is going to change the game. This is like the moment that all Tinies want. Get that Blink Dagger up quickly, and then you move around the map, helping get kills on the map. And one really nice thing about the AA, like they talked about on the panel, is that it's going to be very effective at killing these tanky offlane heroes. Centaur has to be worried about rotations, even with Vanguard. Vanguard does not protect you much against magic damage, because it's just raw HP and physical damage block. So if you gank a lane where an AA has like level 6 Ice Blast, and you can amp the magic damage by 15% with Ice Vortex, like Tiny can absolutely kill Centaur with a little bit of help.
We already saw him rather get the kill early on with that rotation. So definitely, you know, while we say that Centaur is very, very powerful, very tanky, they do have some nice solutions for dealing with him in this game.
Which is rare. It feels like there's like literally no games that we've seen Centaur does he seem like he can be pressured once he gets Vanguard, but this is the one. Picks out Double Edge as well, just so he can harass V-Tune a little bit more in the laning stage. Kind of a cool build. Ramsey's sitting top, Iceberg sitting top. Still no Blink Dagger, about 200 away.
No one is creeping his way over. Does walk right into the Tiny, and they have the follow-up this time around. With that silence, they're going to try to buy a little bit more time. The Avalanche comes through, and the Guardian Angel, but not quite enough to save him as Immersion finds kill. And now Iceberg should be able to... Oh boy.
He's out.
Woo.
Yeah, the Dream Coil was effective, but the Avatos was able to catch the Phoenix as he dove in. They ended up killing the Phoenix. No, he wasn't 6 yet, so no egg was possible. We had the big ulti there, absolutely saving Tiny's life. And while Ramsey's died, pretty good considering the counter rotation. Tiny's back on the map now with Blink Dagger. Here it is one more time. Gets spotted. Dream coiled. Lots of nukes and silence as well. He couldn't react quite yet. But the heal first. The Heavenly Grace and the ulti more than enough to offset the damage output. So he just TPs away. Frostbite's gone at that point, and yeah, just ends up being Ramsey sacrificing himself.
That was
in the
so
live game,
close.
the V-Tune just killed the carry, by the way.
Oh!
That's a big deal.
That is. 228 damage for the coup de grace. My goodness.
Huge one. Huge kill. I didn't see how it happened. I was watching the playback. My bad.
We're gonna need a playback of the other one now.
Yeah.
Just do playbacks of playbacks of playbacks.
This is what it's like doing Weatherman. You just like miss something, so you go back and have to watch that, but then you haven't been paying attention to the live game for a bit. Okay, it was Iceberg, really.
Yep, it was the setup. The setup with the Vortex and everything.
It's misleading. Interesting Ice Blast here. I think he thought Iceberg was going in his white room.
It's possible. Dream Coil's gonna get used though again over on the Nyx Assassin. He's silenced. A couple more clicks. They buy a little bit of time there, but the spin coming out from Dream will ensure that he goes down. And the pressure over on the mid lane.
I'm just happy he got the mana burn off. That's gonna make no one's next fight a little bit harder here, even though the tower's taking damage. They got everybody though.
They want this tower. They want this advantage. They want to make sure that they've got the pressure. And again, this is the draft that they're playing. It has to move fast. They have to be very efficient. Iceberg, though, getting into position. Immersion's already teleported out, so they'll take down the tower.
Ooh, that Nova. That was so big by Saneko. It interrupted the Blink Dagger. Iceberg threw toss because he was trying to do Avatos on puck, aiming for that back line.
Oh, he just can't catch a break here, too. He loses the Arcane Rune.
And they lost the tower.
Yeah.
Really nicely done by Saneko to save Puck's life there. But if not for that, there's probably disable follow-up or possibly kill there.
Sounds like we have a Nyx on the hunt, but they also have the sentry down, so gonna have to go and hunt elsewhere. In fact, he's going top, and he is gonna run into this Phoenix. And Taz V-Tune also here. They'll open up Vendetta with the Impale follow-up. They do have an Ice Blast, but doesn't quite connect. The Spike Carapace, though, will slow down Immersion. And I don't think they have quite enough damage here, as it looks like now they're just on the back foot. They're trying to run away, Can they find V-Tune in time, though, is the question. No, he's going to be able to go a little bit more. Ramses, though, left behind here. Egg is going to come out. Roger turning around. He starts to give a couple of these quick stops. Not going to be able to do anything. Oh, Ramses, double Guardian, it's not enough. Dream collects the kill. Egg goes off on the back lines. Roger, just one little Roger alone can't take down an Egg.
Kind of weird for Roger to hit the egg there, but either way, our Guardian Angel comes out, but the Maelstrom damage that's proccing off the Jug does magic damage, goes right through that physical immunity, and that is why there are 2 dead heroes there. V-Tune did barely escape. The orb didn't get vision of him, so they weren't able to get the Dream Coil off. Great juking by him. But ultimately losing 2 heroes now. That's the 3rd death for Ramses. 0-3-1. Playing from behind on Omni Knight's not the worst, but what happens is you just kind of become a support eventually, and that doesn't feel very good net worth-wise.
All right, well, a smoke coming out from the side of Navi. They are hoping to possibly get some sort of a pickoff, maybe put up a little bit of vision as well. Iceberg and Roger leading the charge here. Always want to fly, tailing behind. They get a scan off. They realize that something is going on. You can see Afterlife immediately crossing back to his side of the river. Getting some vision placed. Seneko gonna spot the side here. They've got a haste over on Afterlife. Moving very quickly. Doesn't have Stampede up just yet. Might be able to go and collect. I always want to fly. No, last second. He's able to teleport out. Very close.
Sure. Yeah, they get the D ward though. They just invaded. They're going to be looking for stuff like that. On the bright side, V-Tune, excuse me, has Battle Fear already. So he just cleared a bunch of stacks, Ancients, and Large Camp, pushed out the top lane. He's doing great. So probably similar as last game is what we'll see.
Link also now picked up on the puck, so it's going to make these initiations perhaps a little bit easier and also make it much harder to kill him as well. Roger's going to have to do a lot of scouting in order to help lock them down, but does place a ward over here. Spots out Dream, taking the stack. Surprised that they're not going to try to punish him for this, but they do have a smoke over here on the side of AS Monaco Gambit. So
I mean, it's difficult. He's so deep. And he has not felt quite as strong as I was hoping he would be, considering his start here. He's going to bring smoke on Roger though.
And forward over onto Iceberg with the silence. They go, they use the Dream Coil to stop here from Afterlife, the spin to boot. Iceberg will fall.
You know, that happens sometimes when you walk high ground, and with the ward there, he thought that he was going to be moving into a safe place, but because they were smoked, doesn't get the easy grab, or at least the safer grab, so.
Well, definitely felt...
killed.
Yeah, I was going to say, it felt like Roger, he placed up that ward quite a while ago and was just kind of waiting for +1. But again, the smoke making a huge difference in that particular play. Definitely don't want your mid-tiny getting picked off like that. Roger, though, finds an open here. Doesn't have any help, though. V-Tune?
DD's moving. He finds V-Tune. He can get killed now.
Yeah, he's got the Omni Slash, and there's nothing to jump. Oh, yes, at the last second, he jumps over to always want to fly. We'll slow down just a little bit. The Phoenix, Icarus dive coming in, fries him up just a tiny bit, and they will re-engage a little bit here as they get the Avalanche off. That doesn't feel like a hard committal.
Hard not to go for that as Dream, because you don't want to Omni Slash a PA almost ever, because he just casts Blur, he goes invisible for a fraction of a second, and then Omni Slash ends. But he saw Blur break on the PA as he approached, so he knew he had an opportunity there. If he had gone for it right away, he actually would have killed V-Tune. But because he hesitated a bit, he was able to get close enough to his ally to jump to him. So it's one of those tough decisions where, like, a bad player absolutely would Omni Slash instantly and lost and gotten the kill, but a good player has to hold back for moments like that, and as a result he went half in, and it was a waste, unfortunately. Either way, they're still both farming really good, so it's not that detrimental. 2k gold advantage to AS Monaco Gambit. The Jug should scale fine against the PA in this game in comparison to the previous ones, especially with how Jug helps out his team fight with a healing ward.
Yeah, they're definitely neck and neck right now on the side of the course. A little bit ahead here for V-Tune, of course, but I feel like we've yet to see a big full-on fight break out between these two teams. It's a lot of just making space for the cores to get things done.
Yeah, getting little pickoffs, which is kind of surprising. The games, at least these 2 matches so far today, have been a little bit farm heavy and slow, but not for lack of trying. Iceberg has been trying to get kills, but his opponents are just shutting it down with nice rotations. Smoke breaks is still
breaks the jump on the back line, though, with the silence. Always want to fly. We'll flop it over on the side. Roger getting tossed up. Will land on Snako. They'll find a kill with the dagger. Icarus dive coming up for the Phoenix as he goes in over onto the high ground. Great positioning for this egg. Dreamcore's going to land over onto 2, though, as Iceberg tries to run away. The egg will indeed pop. Iceberg still alive, trying to bottle through. Eventually, he will fall to Dream. As the hunt is on now from Monaco Gambit, they're looking to grab any sort of stragglers, but they're not quite finding anyone, as they do manage to snap up a regen rune over onto V-Tune, and the rest of them just trying to leave.
And they definitely can fight, potentially get a kill. I like this. He's farming towards his ward. That way, if he sees his opponents, he can jump on them. Like, he definitely could kill Phoenix right now, for example.
Especially when the Ice Blast lands like that, but there is a puck nearby. Snako's here as well. That'll be the jump forward. They want to just get rid of Immersion. They'll be able to do it. Stop coming out, though. Perhaps they've just gotten a bit too greedy as V-Tune has to go jump over to Roger. They need to be able to close this gap, as you can see the puck trying his best, trying to do some body block. Not going to be able to do it, as they do manage to see Roger. More body blocks coming out. They've got the freeze. They've got the vision. They've got the dust on top of that. The leap forward from Afterlife, and down goes Roger.
That could have gone so much worse for V-Tune there. I love that moment where, like, you clear an ancient stack, and that's the exact moment your opponents approach you. So then rather than running for the hills, you have to go pick up those neutral items. And then he ends up killing the Phoenix. They get the D ward on that cliff ward. So kind of cool of him to be there. It ends up working out. And then Nyx does the right thing and runs towards it. Yeah, the Ice Blast, they're spotting out Phoenix. He has to grab the neutral items. Then he's like, uh-oh, this isn't good. But luckily with that vision, he's able to jump directly on the Phoenix, get that kill after he'd used dive. And then Roger, halfway through this, basically just commits to trying to body block. He starts slapping the centaur to make sure that he can't blink, knowing that that disable follow-up is really
Yeah, he will fall again. We get another nice Icarus dive over the back lines, though. And try, oh, look at the sun rays doing so much. Snako does fall. Iceberg also going down, and so does Immersion. Roger trying the best he can to throw out the impales. Not going to be able to quite do it as Afterlife chasing after Ramses here. Does land the stomp, the double edge. No one is going to go join back in. And again, these body blocks have been the name of the game here. Over on the side, Roger just barely able to crawl away, sitting with 60-something hit points.
It's really hard to play Tiny if you are not the guy that gets to initiate. If he gets Dream Coiled like this and Jug walks up spinning and you're about to die, you have to throw your spells out. And I think the thing that's really hurting Navi so far is that their team is great at initiating. Nyx Assassin is great at initiating. So is Tiny. So is AA following up on those two guys. But I just feel like we haven't seen it all game so far. It's always Navi on the back foot. And this game could be so in control if they were just the ones initiating successfully.
I mean, they get a beautiful Ice Blast off in the pit, so we'll push Gambit back for a moment, but I have a feeling they're going to go right back in just a moment. You have to be careful, though. Iceberg would love to get in one hell of an avalanche. They don't have to worry about the Ice Blast, though, now. Vortex gets dropped down for a little bit of vision.
Yeah, ward dewarded, too. That will help a bit, and they're going to get a little scared. The Vortex is scary. They have perfect vision now. Makes going in so much easier.
I mean, perhaps they can, like, smoke and make some sort of a wrap play, but...
Yeah, I think they just don't want to... They don't want to gamble here. They're in a good place right now, so they don't have to deal with anything that's overly aggressive or dangerous. Got big team fight ultimates. They just don't want to get, like, bursted down. Like, the worry is certainly the stun into burst like this.
Ooh, that is a great stun into burst. No longer have to worry about Afterlife joining in, as the rest of the team is smoked up behind, but... don't think they necessarily... Yeah, they don't want to go in on this. They do have to... I don't think they like that they're losing this, but I'm not sure they have a lot of choices. Perhaps maybe the puck can make a cheeky play. The Fire Spirit tossed out. Roger. Getting front and forward here. They get the egg, but it's going to be the... Oh, wow. V-Tune actually snatching up that Aegis. Egg will go off.
Okay. Nicely done by Puck to kill it, but he ends up dying as a result, so probably not worth the trade, because that's going to buy them 44 seconds to get that critical here, and then have a kill for free.
Just trying to get the D wards off. What were the chances?
Not terrible. They're there's a respawning, right? And they just gotten a kill, so PA was going to be aggressive. Their whole team was going to be aggressive on the map. And he was blurred, so he couldn't see him coming. Rough one there. And now AS Monaco Gambit on the back foot for a bit as a result of that Aegis. Aegis definitely more valuable than the gold here. Yeah, they just went for the rune. Snake was like, I'm gonna nuke you. I feel like I die like that.
Just a casual.
At the time. Oh, whoops. Incredible how well he casted Crystal Nova there with one hand, but for him.
Sometimes, I mean, as a Crystal Maiden player, you're used to this, right? Like, you're just used to always kind of being cannon fodder, unfortunately. And hey, at least you're the one who got blown up and not your core. It's space, Birch. It's
who was
space.
already blown up. Yeah, you're right.
Looks like we are going to have a couple people running into one another over here, but no vision currently. So Afterlife needs to be very, very careful. No one, of course, over on the side, though. They'll spot out Roger. Immediately, the Spike Carapace, the stop forward. No one showing himself, but immediately the response here coming out from Iceberg. The Sunray will be able to clean up over onto Roger. And no one is still alive. He gets off that Dream Coil. They do manage to take down Afterlife, but it's not looking super great here on the side for AS Monaco Gambit. Oh, V-Tune hoping he can get his hands on no one, who's trying very hard. He's trying to sidestep the Avalanche. He's still alive, but it's not going to be for much longer. As he blings off into the side, do they have the vision? Do they know? They don't.
He doesn't get him this time. He's looking for him, but and he read him the first 3 times, and that's the only reason no one got initiated on. He even noticed that he had the debuff on him. That's why PA was able to jump, but good attempt by Always Wanna Fly. But unfortunately, he was a little bit too far away. Tiny combo does not stun for a very long time. The Ice Blast wasn't able to get there in time, and as a result, Puck ends up staying alive. Very scary, though.
Very close.
Yep.
For sure. I believe we just got an Agnum Scepter, though, completed for the Jug. So that is going to come into play here, yep.
That'll be really nice. Protect himself from stuns while initiating. Oh, there's the break.
There's a lot of people over there, V-Tune. They're just hugging in this woods over here on the side. All right. Well, Navi's looking pretty scary right now. You can sitting top of the net worth. You can see how well their burst strategy is working out for them, and it's starting to get a little bit later, which is always a little bit scary for the side of Gambit.
Well, both carries scale pretty well in various ways, so I think both teams have a lot of good strengths going for them right now. Jug's just gonna be more and more of a monster against PA as the game continues. Whether he wants to go MKB or Scotty or something like that. I mean, Maelstrom is already very effective against evasion. It gives you like 40% of the true strike that MKB does, so like going for the full upgrade is usually just not worth it to buy MKB instead. But we'll see if he shifts into it, depending on the skill, the talent that PA goes for.
Sure.
If he goes Blur, yeah, you're probably gonna need it.
Well, right now it looks like Dream is considering picking up the Shard for one of his next items. But they're still putting pressure down here on the bottom. They've already lost the top, and the creeps are pushed in a little bit. It's like Navi's not too concerned about Oh no, they're making their way down. V-Tune looking for the opening. They'll use a Stampede to run away. No one, of course, though, is stuck over here with the Ramses. So is gonna throw out the Illusory Orb, try to dodge away. V-Tune's on the hunt. They don't have any great solutions of being able to find this Puck, though, right now, so he's going to be able to walk away.
Virtually no way he dies here. He's got Aeon Disc as his first major item after Blink to protect against this burst from Tiny plus AA. So he's super safe right now. He's going to have less offensive potential, but you know his goal is basically to get good Dream Coil on the right heroes and lock them down to buy time for Jug and some of the other heroes to deal damage. So maybe they're going to struggle a bit damage-wise mid-game, but him dying is just way more realistic, so he's got to be careful. Right.
More pressure being placed over on the mid tower. Oh boy, all right, Sneko just took one step outside of his base, and he just got blown up. Afterlife trying to do some counter initiation here, but they actually commit, they go in. They do have a couple of these little slaps. The Omni Slash just gets tanked by the creeps, which is a bit of a disaster for Dream. It's hoping for a little bit better here. No one's still hiding in the tree line.
Went for the swift slash first to initiate, like feel things out, and it looked good. He's like, all right, let's keep slashing. And he jumps all the way over to the neutrals instead. Really unfortunate there for him.
No one needs to be careful. They do have a sentry ward down though, so they can see Roger on his way over. Spike Carapace, the ball with the Dream Coil. Aeon just does get popped as they leap immediately over onto Roger, and the Sunray does a decent amount of damage to take him out. There's a spin coming out from Dream. V-Tune had jumped in pretty far there, but not quite going to find any more kills after Roger falls. Snake had bought back during that too.
Yeah, that was Seneco's second death in that engagement. Looked pretty scared for the puck. He ended up getting caught by the Spike Carapace, but the Aeon Disc kept him alive and allowed them to squeeze out some more team fight advantage without no one dying. So item absolutely paying off here. Finish in Ags next up, but no one's still struggling on mana regen a little bit here.
He'll refill his bottle. That'll help at the very least, but the leap forward immediately. Oof. That is one cooked bird.
Basher and the Mindbreaker, actually the perfect item for getting little kills here. There's that Swift Slash. He's like, look at all these heroes that I can Omni Slash.
Oh no.
And Ramses is there too, and it just stuck on the neutrals, unfortunately. Would it have been amazing if it kept hitting heroes? I'm not so sure, honestly, but they were all pretty full HP. They didn't really burn any cooldowns. They probably would have been fine, but you know, maybe they would have forced Guardian Angel out earlier or something.
I'm surprised that they committed on that, because it almost felt like a little bit of a hesitation when it first opened up, and then like the leap forward coming out from your Jug as he just gets dragged further and further in by these heroes. I was a little surprised. I wasn't sure if they necessarily wanted to commit like that.
Yeah, it was a little dangerous for sure, but you know, if his Omni Slash did a lot of damage, it would have been fine. But most of the heroes on Navi's side are pretty high armor, relatively, especially with Omni backing him up.
All right, well, PA making work at the bottom tower now. They just want to get rid of all these exterior towers. Continue this pressure that they've got going, because they're looking very nice right now. Definitely feel that pressure over on Gambit currently. They're not sitting too pretty in the standings either. So definitely want to prove themselves here.
V-Tune changing his mind on his neutral item, goes back for the Paladin Sword. Doesn't want the Mindbreaker anymore, and that's because he's going to build the Satanic next. So amping up his lifesteal into Hadis or like massive heights is going to be so useful for him when he plays against Jug and fights him to the death.
So much negative armor. Oof. All right. Well, Gambit grouping up a little bit over here on the side. Maybe gonna make a play on V-Tune here to get the stomp, the double edge, the Omni Slash. Oh no, but they have the Guardian Angel. So they'll immediately use the Stampede and run away. They do Dream Coil up Iceberg over here. I'm not sure they want to go hard commit-ons, but they do. They actually go right back in again. Afterlife was looking for another victim here. Not going to be able to quite find it, though, as he does get frozen into place at Iceberg. Even though they initiated him, it looked so nice. Not enough damage to take down this Tiny.
Really good choices.
Ooh,
I thought he was going to use almost right away, but just kept running. Just kept running, and he ends up staying alive there. Hit by him.
Yeah. So, another smoke coming out from the side of Gambit. Feels like they're getting a little desperate. Trying to find just some sort of a pickoff. Trying to find one person that they can actually take out of the equation.
A little harder for them to get these solo kills for sure with Puck's items, with their other heroes.
I'll try to get the jump on Ramses here. And he's got his own BKB though, so he just immediately pops it, runs away. The Heavenly Grace on there as well. Had a Glimmer Cape, everything to just keep him alive. It was like they were expecting it. Roger.
They can't chase on their opponents.
Standing side by side here with no one. He's got a lot of information, but no one's already blinked away.
He had to read the Waning Rift there, but he was a little slow.
Ooh, but he walks right back into Roger, yeah. Put a little bit of damage down. Waiting with the Spike Carapace in case he tries to do anything else. Tricky here. Ice Blast coming in hot. Will land over onto Dream. Oh, wait patiently. No one has already just dipped away as V-Tune goes right back to hitting creeps.
Both lineups having a little bit of issues of chain stunning, and as a result, their opponents are getting counterplays. So that's why some of these kills that seem like they're really close to being successful are just being misses. The Aeon Disc again, saving Puck's life. It's happened multiple times now. They really clutch pickup, but again, as a result, they're having damage issues a little bit. They're having burst issues. Jug is not the most conventional for killing solo semi-evasive heroes like PA or Omni or whatever else. But they're both still farming. PA way dwarfing the Jug now, though. Satanic's finished. He's picked up Titan Sliver as well, so he's got BKB, he's got the Dispel Satanic, he's got tons of status resistance. Good for V2.
How do you get your hands on this guy? And then on top of that, you've got Icebreaker just completed the Assault Cuirass. This time, it's going to be the Radiant who take the kill on Roche and who also get that Aegis. Aghanim Shard picked up.
Takes Fan of Knives.
I mean, we saw how strong it was last time.
DK, yeah, really good. It's going to be great against Centaur and good against Jug, too.
They have a haste over on the Tiny. Nice wards, too, spotting out the movement. The way that they're playing around V2 in there. There's a courier over here at the secret shop. They have to... Ooh. Nope, they'll fortify up the courier. Look at Roger, though. He's on the hunt. Waiting, and he just takes... Oh, no. Those are the Blitz Knuckles, and... Yeah, so takedown always want to fly, at least in the meanwhile. So they do find a little consolation prize.
Kind of a weird place for his courier to be, but it was hanging out there waiting to get enough money to buy the Demon Edge so that he can finish MKB and have true perfect solutions against PA. More or less perfect. He couldn't blur constantly. But, yeah, pressure in the high ground. V2 knows he can get away with it. Oh, he saw it running over there. Okay, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed
Yeah, they briefly saw it over by the secret shop, and then they watched it just go right across. Roger was in good position. In fact, Roger, again, in a very nice position here as he immediately sees no one. No one will just hide away. But the leap forward here from V2 and absolutely just slicing Dream into Ribbons, has all those knives. It's not looking great. The back, can they finish up? No, there's going to be the egg. Three of them all grouped around this egg, though. They don't seem to care. They don't have enough magic damage to do anything about this Guardian Angel. And they go right back in after. It's a triple kill now for V2, and they want more. Can they find it, though, is the question. As the rest of them just run right back into their fountain.
They read that team fight so good there. They jump in instantly, get a couple of kickoffs,
and they just call a game.
Wow. There's no buyback on Jug. The game just ended. And with Jug being dead like that, that was minimum 2 racks. Possibly